Now, to move on a bit.
The Thinite nobles still struggle to unite the lands of the Nile under one supreme ruler. To aid them in their cause, it is hoped that you will endeavor to establish a thriving community at Perwajit, in the humid delta region of Lower Egypt, thus spreading their influence throughout the length of the sacred river. To support a population larger than that of a village, you must learn to use agriculture. Egyptian farmers have begun to exploit the rich, fertile soil deposited by the annual inundation of the Nile River for growing crops. The Nile can be hazardous, however. Many dangers lurk along its banks and in its waters, such as deadly crocodiles, hippopotamuses, and malaria-carrying mosquitoes.
Yep, and this is the mission where you learn to do farming, and it's fairly straightforward, although it can take me a bit of time sometimes. You must build farms directly on the floodplain in order to gain the benefits of its increased fertility. Unlike most working structures, farms on the floodplain do not need direct access to employees, but do need a steady workforce of peasant laborers, supplied by work camps to tend their fields. Build work camps fairly close to the floodplains, so peasants won't have to walk too far to reach them. Each year, the Nile floods its banks, replenishing the depleted soil on the floodplain with rich, fertile mud. Peasants harvest the annual crop just before the inundation and deliver it to your granaries. As there is only one harvest per year, make sure your city has enough granaries to store a sufficient amount of food for your growing population. So yeah, we have to basically we put down a bunch of farms along there, plus some work camps, and the peasants will harvest and stick it in the granary. And I'm going to do this thing I said I should have done last time and place my primary housing a bit further away. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I want to get my housing loop structured before I start putting down the farms and what have you, I think. And that right there should be enough space that I can put down a juggler booth or two. So now let's get some housing going on. On the outside to make sure that people's can fit here along with other things. There. And then we'll go in here, give them a firehouse and architect's post. I can skip on a police station in the area, I think. Next, though, we want to set up a bunch of fig farms. And they need road access, so I'll have to deal with that. that should be enough farms, although I could slap down a few more if I desperately need it. At the moment, though, I'm going to go up here and get some granary in the region. For that, then we need work camps. We gotta have people to work. After all. Then I'm going to immediately start throwing down shrines. I don't quite have enough space to fit another shrine there. I think if I made it one longer, that would be ideal, but I can do a juggler school there for the sake of some culture and all. And we need to give you and you water, and both areas need a bazaar. We don't care about the work camp being undesirable. It is the work camp, after all, but it does need a firehouse and an architect's post, so that its stuff doesn't go around collapsing. And I think I want a palace. I probably don't need it for this mission, but it seems like a good idea. And we need a couple of juggler schools also. Is very religioned right now, but we could probably do with a little bit more entertainment here. So I'll slap down another booth over here, and over here, or to cover that. I'm also you know what, frick that. Game saved. I'm not going to spend any more for the time being. Just visit my overseers. More housing, bruh, is their conclusion. And the houses are evolving first stage easily enough, so... Sturdy hut. It needs food from a local bazaar. Just waiting on food.
I'm not taking these supplies any further until someone's available to unload them.
Apparently no workers live close enough to that. Wait, do I need to just give people normal, boring person housing? That? And there's a fire here, despite the fact I have a firehouse. Some of mine are still catching fire. God. Maybe I need a few extras. I'm gonna have to throw down some additional work camps to deal with this, but I guess my firehouse up there was not close enough to handle matters, but